Today's address at Mitihani House during the release of the 2021 KSCE results, being the last under Professor George Magoha's reign, where he boasted of gallantly fighting exam cheating in the country.
And we also use the Ministry of Interior and the Ministry of Education to ensure that two people open. And those locks are manufactured somewhere and you can't duplicate the key. So the issue of ever leaking, that one, you use it for promotive and speculative purposes because it doesn't happen.
According to Magoha, the major challenge in the fight against exam malpractices across school has been technology, adding that the exam leaks while en route to examination centers.
We have about 10,500 center managers. If only 2 of them open and put in the internet, then everybody says, oh, the exam has leaked. You find my own officer saying the exam has leaked.
However, 441 students who sat for the examinations will not receive their results after they were cancelled following evidence of malpractice. Out of these, 203 students were found with unauthorized materials, 223 others were found with mobile phones in exam centers, 8 students were found guilty of impersonation, while 7 students were found guilty of causing disturbance in the examination room.
I wish to categorically state that NEC will not have any mercy. You know what mercy means? On examination offenders, who must be dealt with decisively according to NEC's regulations and the laws of the land.
Meanwhile, the ministry has urged parents to ensure that candidates in grade 6, class 8 and form 4 who are set to sit for their national examinations at the end of the year have registered for the examination.
We want to appeal to you that if you have a child in grade 6 or class 8 or form 4, we are opening the registration next week on Wednesday. Please take it as your responsibility to find out whether your child has been registered for these exams.
According to the ministry, the process is free for all candidates in both public and private schools.
Even as parents prepare to get their learners registered, nobody should charge any learner, whether from a private school or from a public school, any money for registration for the 3 exams, grade 6, standard 8, and Form 4.
In preparation for the junior secondary class next year, the Teacher Service Commission has said that the first phase of training of teachers is underway, with all teachers in secondary schools expected to have been trained by the end of the year.
We are therefore telling the nation that we are prepared as teachers to welcome students come January next year to junior secondary, and that we will be training them, and our teachers are equipped and tooled to handle these students.
However, Magoha has warned school heads from sending students away due to lack of school fees, and has in turn urged parents to avail a payment plan to the school when schools reopen.
As students report to schools next week, I want to plead with the principals, especially of boarding schools, to treat the parents gently. There are parents who may come with less money. There are those who may not have enough. Please let the learners get into school, because we are going to have a fairly short year.
Today's address, marking the last examination released under the current government, Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha has urged the incoming leaders to ensure that they continue with the legacy of education equity for all students in the country. Jijina Magundu, K24 from Mitihani House, Nairobi.